Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats.
I'll admit it, sometimes I'm the worst. Movies get run over by life and business and everything else that goes on, but it doesn't mean they're not worth seeing. And this is true of so many things. Just like if you're within the sound of my voice. That must mean you're in the seats with once more. As always, my name is Dave Voigt, and I'm the host of this podcast, where we sit down with a wide-ranging variety of entertainment industry professionals, and we pick their brain about current projects, to the industry, how they got started, and so very much more, in a light and in a conversational fashion. And, if you like how we do things around here, I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that you do, because, let's face it, you're listening right now. And if you are listening, keep listening. Subscribe. Hit that 5-star rating, push a notifications button on your podcast provider of choice. Do all the fun stuff that you got to do. We're available pretty much everywhere, places like Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Google, and plus we archive every single one of our episodes over at our In the Seats YouTube channel, so if you can give us a like and subscribe there as well, God knows we would absolutely appreciate it. Also, don't hesitate to check us out on the social media. We're on the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, the Letterboxd, the TikTok, the Threads, the Tumblr, probably a few other places. I lose track these days, but we're In the Seats for all sorts of fun updates. And finally, and I do dare say most importantly, please pay us a visit over at In the Seats, intheseats.ca, for all the latest and greatest from the world of film, television, basically the moving image at large. Because guess what? If we love to watch it and read about it and talk about it, we love it even more when you come by and read about it and listen about it. So please do us that kindness and pay us a visit. On this episode, we got something good for you as we are talking little Indonesian cinema. It's called Dancing Village, The Curse Begins. It is a creepy ride, just made out of the best tradition of a variety of different ghost stories and horror films. It's just a real fun piece of work that I had a lot of fun with, and we had the unique pleasure of talking with the director of the film, one and only Kimo Stamboel, who you might know from films like Killers and Headshot and Macabre. He's done a bunch of great stuff, and I mean, genre fans out there know the name, they know what he's done, and they know what he's capable of, and this is no different. But before this came out in theaters earlier last month, I'm sure it's imminent as well for VOD on check your favorite platforms. I'm sure it's around there somewhere. But before all that, we had the chance to talk with Kimo just about the origins of the project. Technically, this is a prequel to another film, for those who know, KKN, excuse me, from our director Simple Man, and it's really a fascinating blend of genre and horror, and just shows how international really good cinema can be. Because I mean, I don't care what language you speak, this is just a creepy fucking movie, and I absolutely loved it. But like I said, go check out Dancing Village, The Curse Begins whenever you get a chance, either in your theaters or VOD platforms. But also don't hesitate to listen to our talk with Kimo right now, because between you and me, it's a darn good one. But I mean, obviously, man, kick this off. I'm a big fan. I mean, and just congratulations on the movie, man. It's a hell of a ride.
Thank
Absolutely.
you so much, David. Appreciate it, man.
Now, I mean, I guess the first question is like, walk me through, getting involved in the story, because technically this is a prequel, right?
Yes, and this is the prequel. And also, if you're familiar with my work, I did quite extreme stuff. And I think this is one of the challenge for me to make it like PG-13. So this film's actually the first one. The first one it's have its success while back in 2022, I think, and it's really big. The success here in Indonesia, so it have its household, and it's a big challenge that the MD actually offered me this one, right? And they gave me the opportunity to make it more big, because the first one is pretty much successful, and they offer me, oh, Kimo, would you want to do in IMAX format, for film for IMAX? Oh, hell yeah, man. I mean, this is something that I think it's an opportunity that I cannot miss, because not, I think it's only like few Indonesian movies there's actually been to IMAX, but this one is the first one filmed for IMAX, so that's a little bit of a difference. And the story is kind of intrigued because I'm sort of giving the opportunity to be involved in it, and that thing made me okay. I think if I'm involved with, and hopefully can be more, more edgier, that I put in also some of the ideas, right? And that made me want to, go for the story, because the before story is we cannot do actual a sequel because the story ended there, and I think if we want to do the sequel, maybe we need to be, more into the story, and it will develop. It's going to be, pretty much a longer development. And that one, something, I think the producer, the studio didn't want it. They wanted released now, like, it's only from development until actual release is, probably 10 months in doing so, and they need it quick. And I just, figured that okay, this is a big challenge for me, and because it's 13, PG-13 stuff. Maybe in the US it's sort of not PG-13, I don't know, but in Indonesia it's PG-13, and it is something. It's a big challenge, and yeah, I want to do it. So I think the opportunity came, and I just took it, man. I mean, it's something that it's a big challenge.
Well, I mean, I love that you bring that up because I mean, even just thinking back on watching it yesterday, I was like, oh yeah, there isn't that much blood. Oh yeah, it's I'm just going off his
Hope not.
mention and just I like it creates this atmosphere. And I mean,
Yeah,
you gave the whole thing a lot of scope. I mean, particularly some of the set pieces, just with the dancing, and I mean, just like sort of in this like red shade and the way you shot it all. Can you
yeah,
talk a little bit about, I guess, wanting to give this a real visual feel? Because I mean, again, like you said, you can't necessarily lean on the easy bit of the violence. You have to imply the violence.
yes, exactly. That's a bigger learning curve for me. And again, I'm lucky to have the best crew working with me. My always crew, the Department of Cinematography, my DOP, because I work with him since the very beginning of my career, my solo career, and I think he more in understanding, and I think he is also because of the IMAX. I think he actually, dig deep more, understanding of how we're gonna shoot it. And also I've been, I have the support of the one of the best Indonesian art director or production designer. He also, very, because he's actually involved in the first one, and he sort of know the basic production design on that era. The first one is set up in 2000, I think in 2000, I think 2000 and 2000, before 2021, I think, or 2003. I kind of forgot the first one, but this one, our movie is set up in 1980s. That made him a very, he have the knowledge of, what's going to happen, and he designed it pre that, and that made everything cool. Everything is okay, and he's just brilliant, and that's because of, it's teamwork. All of us, the dancing, also the choreographer there also gave me a lot of room to play with, and as much as my career goes, I never deal with dancing sequence before, and also everyone there, it's something new for them, and so because of that, we gave our 101% towards the end, and yeah, made that result. And hopefully that people would, see it as a different thing there.
No, I mean, I'm curious. What is it about Because it really feels like when it comes to Indonesian cinema, I mean, it's you, it's Timo, it's Joko, and then there's kind of everybody else. What
Yeah.
is it about sort of the stuff that you guys have done that
Mhm.
you think stands out from maybe the rest of it?
I don't know, man. I'm just following, the proper way to tell a story, probably. I don't know. Timo also loved, giving violent as he push it, man. He push it, but this time I couldn't. I sort of have that restricted rule that okay, Kimo, this is PG-13, okay, so it's a big challenge. Yes, okay, and I'm sort of sculpting the film towards that. Joko, on the other hand, we have the same release date on this this holiday season,
Yeah.
and it's sort of head to head right now, the movie here, and it is something that he gave his noir and a cool story behind it, and I think why I sort of, I don't know, I'm just giving my best and giving my reference of movies there, and I don't know what's the difference, and I'm pretty lucky. I have producers to back me up, and also a good story that I can put on the screen. So I think I'm that lucky, sir.
Well, and I mean, there's a good sense of casting too, because I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
it's a really great ensemble in this, and I mean, forgive me if I'm butchering her name, but Alulia, just sort of as our bad guy,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's like she's absolutely fantastic. Like,
Yeah.
talk to me a little bit of just about like finding the right people for the right roles, especially with a story like this.
That's another big challenge, man, because in our industry, everyone, well, we are pretty much lucky because our industry is growing, so everyone is busy. So we don't have that so many choices, right? We have several choices that we can go at that time, yeah, at that time, and Aulia also, the main character here is someone that I cannot change. Is my producer said, okay, she have to be her. It has to be her. And I couldn't, I could not change that at all. So I don't have a choice for that, right? And I don't know her, but I'm again lucky enough to have one on one with her and talk about the characters, go into deep, and apparently she's also, when she did the first one, she doesn't have the chance to talk deep with the director and analyze the character that deep. So with me, I'm lucky enough, I have that opportunity to go there. And also the rest of the cast, also I don't have any particular ones, but when we did the casting, we did several casting, and I'm just lucky enough to have them, and it's just fit for the role, and it is something uh, uh, for them. It's an opportunity because they are not a regular A-lister in Indonesia.
Hmm.
They're sort of B2A list. So I think when they heard, okay, this is a big title from the very first one, and then they want to make a prequel out of this, they just go jump and forget about the rest of the project they have. And then one also, I'm pretty lucky, man.
Now, I mean, just to put a bow on this, I mean, from all your stuff, I mean, obviously you got to shoot this in IMAX. I mean, that's a different
Mm.
beast altogether, but all of your movies always feel very big. From your
Yeah.
perspective, why is it important to make movies that feel like really huge and really sort of immersive? Because I mean, even from headshot to stuff like this, it like we get swept up into the universe that you built for us.
Mm. I think it's important. I think uh, the experience of people sitting in the theater, and what people paid for is very important for me. So I think even though we have we have a limitation of budgets and stuff, right? But I try to push it with my with my team, and then I talk with my DPs, and I talk with my production design. We sort of plan it out that okay, we have to make it big, we have to make it immerse. And also from after that, after the shoot, we already take and we discuss, and I'm again very lucky to have Hiro as my sound designer. He's Japanese. I worked with him for several projects before, and I work with him closely, and I want to make the audience, when they sitting in the theater, they're actually there. And for me, the immersive experience make more, you know, more fun to watch a film. I mean, it
Amen
is
to
something
that.
that, yeah, I mean, it is something that I have to put my standard on it, and I don't want to compromise in terms of, the feeling, the experience when you're, spending your time in the theater and doesn't feel that. I don't want to do that, and hopefully whatever experience that you are watching my film, have that experience for theater. And I don't know about watching in the TV, but the TV, because everyone's, they have a different standard, right?
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes you have speakers and you don't have a great speaker, so, and you got a lot of distraction if you're watching in the house. But in the theater it's important, so we sort of very particular on that.
Well, brother, keep putting your standard on things, man, because it shows in the work. And I mean, I can't wait for more people to see it. I'm really excited. But again,
Oh,
congrats on
thank
the
you so
work.
much,
Thank you so
David.
much for the time today, man.
Thank you so much, David.
You're very welcome.
And don't forget to visit our friends over at Bay Street Video for all your DVD, Blu-ray rental, or purchasing needs this summer, as they are still open for curbside and some mailing delivery as well. Over at 1172 Bay Street, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, you can give them a call at 416-964-9088. That's 416-964-9088. Or send them an email at baystreetvideoto@gmail.com for any of your DVD and Blu-ray needs.